No, he didn't turn around. He had intentions of backing that truck down through here to go out to that bunk to dump the refusal feed off that he had on that truck. Now tell me how many intelligent people would think that they could get a truck that's 9 to 10 foot wide through this hole right here. Yeah, I should have removed the tractor from the auger to have a driveway through here. But I figured that this is blocking it off, and that is good enough. Anybody with half a brain would see that you can't get through here. You're driving down through here, you see that the tractor's there, you can go the other way. You can get into that bunk, going around this barn. They're open on both ends. And or he could come down through, drive up to the tractor, and back in. So he backed into this, swung this tractor, the front end of the tractor ended up over here. It pushed the auger out of the hopper, and it pushed the whole auger that way because it was hooked to the power shaft. The weights took the brunt of the impact. The sad part about this is this tractor was pristine. It didn't have one dent in it, not a one. This nose is perfect and original, nothing wrong with it. This screen has a couple of spots in it, but not bad, but it's got a really big spot in it over here. The side panel, I don't know if I could have a body shop straighten that. The hood is not horrible. That will come out of the hood. It's only the side of the hood. We'll have to straighten that best we can. Being that the weights took the brunt of the impact, it of course shifted them that way. This is setting off of the bottom one here. You'll ask, gee, Andy, where did the top one go? The outside one here cracked out one of these pieces. Actually, this one did. We had this one on the outside, took it off, and we've only got 7 on there instead of 8. The fuel tank took a little bit of a hit, not bad. It doesn't appear that the fuel tank has moved at all, and it looks as though this front piece is straight as well. Nothing is shifted that way, so it appears anyway. So that is the story behind that. I've got a squeaky bushing on the end of that auger, so I probably should go get some grease for that. But is that not sickening or what? This tractor is 52 years old, and it has been around a lot of, I'm not even going to use the language. However, you know, and it just takes that one idiot to make a mistake. I don't know what his thinking was. Even if he was able to back up onto that bank, he probably would have tipped the truck over, and we would have had more damage to the tractor than what there currently is to it right now. I felt like, and it took me a lot of self-discipline to keep from running his head right into the side of the truck. And he knew it. He knew that I was not too happy. My brother and 2 nephews and my niece were in this barn working down to that other end. I didn't even know they were in there. I was yelling so hard at him and so loud. They came running. My other brother came from across the road. And it took me a lot of self-discipline not to grab a hold of that idiot and just run his head right into the side of the truck. But accidents happen. However, this was an ignorant, this was more or less done on purpose. There's no such thing as an accident here. An accident would be having a laneway that's 12 foot wide and be backing down through a blind, backing around a blind corner and hitting it, not trying to get something through a hole that just ain't gonna fit. So I need to get some grease for that. So we'll get these loads off and we'll get with you here in a while. Well, we just went ahead and installed some grease into that. That'll quiet that down. It doesn't appear that it is wore out at all, but we're gonna have to replace that. It's like a bronze bushing and probably need to go ahead and replace the shaft as well. So we might as well get another truck down here. Yeah. You can see the chaff that's getting blown out of the wheat there. It's working decent. So we got 3 loads that are going in here, and then we've got to work on a air conditioner belt on the 9320. And this guy here has to get tedding some straw, all right, Bob? Why, wouldn't you love it if that tractor went on the tedder? Yeah, yeah. What a disgrace, though. Man, that is a disgrace. Sickening. This is the tractor that Jared did the engine on. We were going to paint this past winter. However, we did not have time. So, this tractor I bought probably 24 years ago, and it had 2,597 hours on it when I bought it. It had a year-round cab on it. I took the year-round cab off of it. I bought the fenders and the ROPS from Abilene Machine. And back in like 2000, we painted this tractor along with a bunch of the other ones. And Jared did the engine on it a couple years ago. Put a set of the old man steps on there, and then we were going to paint it this past winter, but we just didn't have the time to do it. Now we've got to do some body work. So, sickening, damn sickening. All right, we have got as much in the bin as we are going to put into it. It's all the seed we need. However, we might have to put some in here just to enable us to be able to keep combining here and not have to worry about trucking it everywhere. So this is all of the crap that we blew out of the wheat. And then when we take wheat out of the bin, we'll set that fan up to do the same thing. Then anything that we run through the grain drill will end up, well, it'll blow the straw out of what we end up putting through the grain drill. So we'll go ahead and close the top of this bin. Well, actually, I can't close the top. I have to. Hold on a second, I gotta crank the auger up. Alright, we're back on here. I had to crank the auger up so that I could get the cover underneath it. This works better to use the lift than it does to set up a ladder and or go up on here with a with a telehandler. So we'll just swing this guy over here like so. Alright, so let me get my Bluetooth safety device hooked up, and we'll go ahead and climb up on there. You guys probably want to see what's on up in here. So I don't know if you can see down in here or not. I'll put you guys down in here like so. And we have about 3/4 of a, well, this is about 3/4 full. So let's go ahead and get this cover on. We'll go ahead and unhook our safety device. Swing this guy over here. We'll take him down. Alrighty. Well, we'll join up with you guys once we get to the field. We've got to put a alternator belt / air conditioner belt on the 9320. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do any wheat, but we are going to try. And this guy's he's going to bush hog some weeds. Okay, we'll join up with you when we get to the field. Well, here we are over here with this 9320, and they have the manure equipment over here, and they are applying manure right now. They're actually up on that upper strip. So I get a text message last night, Mike's got no AC. So, okay, that's not good. An old guy running a tractor with no AC. So I ask him, you know, your blower motor on, you got to make sure you hit the little snowflake button here. Yep, I got all that. Yep. Got air flowing in the cab. I said, well, just take a peek around it. Make sure you don't have a random AC line or something that's leaking. Just check all your particulars. No, nothing's wrong. Everything is, you know, operational. Must just need a boost. Now we got Jared pulling in here. So I said, all right, well, I'll check it first thing in the morning. I gave Jake a heads up. Said, hey, we have AC that needs possibly looked at on 9320. So he says, all right, I'll check it first thing in the morning. So I got over here before he did. And I called him. And I said, well, cancel that, Jake. The belt was missing on the compressor. So I said, well, that's an easy fix. The alternator light was coming on when you're wide open. I thought maybe it was overcharging, but he said they don't, if you got a problem with your alternator, that's not going to register until you're above 1500 RPMs. So they didn't say anything about that. So I was like, well, the belt could have just broke and fell off, or there's something seized up. Look at that. Compressor works. So I come over on this side. Oh, wonder what the alternator's doing. Huh. Well, that's turning easily. Well, if you look down in here, there's a serpentine belt tensioner, which I have taken off. That seized up and it burnt the belt up. So being that I am closer to O'Hara's than Kaz, I ran over to O'Hara's first thing this morning, and they ended up giving me the wrong one. They ended up giving me the tensioner for the actual fan belt. So we're not going to return that. We're just going to go ahead and install that. But nobody had a fan belt. So we'll have to put that on at a later date. The fan belt has to come off in order for the alternator belt to go on. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this guy on there, get the belt on, fire it, make sure it works. They had an oil leak on the 4020. We've got to bolt that back together and deliver that to Andrew. So you could see, I don't know what got there first, Nate or Jared?
They got there at the same time.
Yeah. You might be saying, why don't Jared just offload into Nate? Well, there's more manure in the frac tank. Nate holds just a touch more than Jared, and that's how you keep things rolling. You just have the trucks dump in the frac tank, and the spreader gets it from the frac tank. So we'll go ahead and get this together. Alright, we need to get this main fan belt off. I've got a big bar in there. We got the tension released. Belt is removed. So we'll pull this guy out. Throw that guy on the floor. Down right on the floor, right, Sarah?
Yep.
Alright, so. Okay. Just gotta get this guy up out of the way a little bit. Well, I guess I could plug this tensioner on. Drop that ball. It didn't hit the ground. Here. Leave it. Right around the front. Alright, so we got that guy in place. Now we just need to swap out this other tensioner idler. The only reason why we're going to do it is because that other one went, and this one is probably just a short little ways behind it. So we'll get that swapped out. Looks like we got 2 bolts that hold that one in. Get the new one on there, put this old fan belt back on, being that we don't have a new one, and then we will get on to the next task here. Here, hold pull down on this bar. It's to the outside there. On the inside. Yeah, let her go. Okay, why don't you jump up in there? I'll pick up the tools. You start it up and then blow cold air. Get the air blowing and make sure she blows cold. Okay, so I didn't have a short 15mm socket to get that bolt out, so we're just gonna have to run with the old tensioner and the old belt. So we'll be sure to stand in the line of fire here. Everything is rolling. Alright, so we're going to box up our tools, move over to the 4020, and get that buttoned up and get it delivered to Andrew. She's going to make sure the air blows cold.